It's going to be very important for the Rockets to close that gap at the guard position, and they have to start asserting themselves in the running department. Get out and look for every fast break opportunity, even take the ball out of the net sometimes, push it up, and get it inside to one of their big men quickly before the Knicks can set up their half-court defense.
And game 6 opening up with a do-over. Jake O'Donnell says, do it again. Not a good toss. And now Starks controls off the opening tip. Starks and Harper in the backcourt. Oakley, Ewing, and Smith are up front. Oakley set the pick. They double up on Harper. Ewing puts the move on Olajuwon and is blocked. Hakeem Olajuwon with the rejection. Maxwell and Smith in the backcourt. Olajuwon for Horry up front. Hakeem gets inside, and he is stopped by Ewing. Maxwell with the fake. Vernon Maxwell getting on his first field goal attempt. Rockets 2, the Knicks nothing.
And right away on that lob pass into Olajuwon, not the kind of pressure on the ball on Thorpe from Oakley that we saw in New York last week.
Ewing to the fadeaway. Maxwell picked up by Starks. Fought for Olajuwon. Open shot for Smith. He hesitated, gave it back. Here's Starks under pressure. Fort on the box out.
Well, both teams are releasing on the jump shot. The Knicks have had a lot of success with it on that last one. Charles Smith took off. Nobody saw it.
And the crowd responds. Kenny Smith was presented with the shot by Derek Harper, showing lack of respect. Kenny Smith hitting on his first attempt. Here's Harper wide open for 3. Olajuwon with the rebound. Rockets 4. Knicks nothing. Smith had it poked away by Harper. Starks all the way to the reverse. And a loose ball foul against the Knicks.
Well, Kenny Smith has rarely gotten this open throughout the whole series. There is nobody within 15 feet of him. You would think he'd rather see a little bit of a hand in his face, but he had to feel good here as John Starks just challenging Hakeem Olajuwon in the open floor. Almost got that thing to go down, but actually Hakeem made him change the shot.
And Starks called for the foul. Rockets 4, the Knicks nothing. 2:15 gone by. Thorpe with a show-the-ball move, and that is stopped by Ewing. Ewing had the 8 blocks in Game 5 on Friday in New York. Nice ball exchange, and Smith is able to stuff. Pretty pass from Ewing. The Rockets 4, and the Knicks 2. The Knicks had missed their first 5 shots.
Well, the Knicks are looking to run, which they did in the last 2 ball games and had a lot of success. Of course, the Rockets are looking to run as well. Both teams will do it a lot in the first quarter, and then it tails off as the game goes on.
Derek Harper making Kenny Smith expend much energy to get the ball down court. Rockets now down with only 5 of the 24, but Olajuwon bails them out with the jump shot. Rockets 6, the Knicks 2.
Well, Ewing coming over to help out, and actually Charles Oakley had Thorpe under control, but the natural instinct is to help, and it left Hakeem wide open.
John Starks hits from downtown. John Starks, a player who has come up very big in the fourth quarter, the last 2 games, in particular from 3-point range, has brought the Knicks within 1. Robert Horry handling against Charles Smith. And an offensive foul is called. Illegal pick is the call by Jess Kersey. It's on Thorpe.
Well, the Knicks trying their little 2-man game. Ewing and Starks. The Rockets initially do a good job of breaking it up, but then they fall away and leave John Starks wide open as he hits his 12th 3-pointer of the series.
Harper with the step. Ewing. Smith kept it alive, but Thorpe gets to it, leads the break. Switching hands on the dribble. Pitching out to Maxwell for 3. And it's handled by Harper. Here comes Starks on the run for the open 3. Wide open basketball here at the start. We go the other way. Maxwell lost the dribble. And Harper has Oakley. And no one else inside. So the Knicks take a 7-6 lead.
Well, so far in this first quarter, both Kenny Smith and Maxwell have been more aggressive at trying to take the ball to the basket, get in the lane in the open floor, but each time they did it, they turned the ball over. They got to control the basketball.
Illegal defense indicated
Illegal defense
by Jake O'Donnell. That's the first violation.
That is their first violation.
And the Rockets will get a new 24.
Technical foul.
It'll be on Charles Smith as the Rockets running their little two-man screen roll play, and the Knicks making their rotation a little too quickly, and Charles Smith got caught illegal.
The Knicks 7, Rockets 6. Knicks settling down after they missed their first 5 shots. Thorpe twisting his way. Pretty move by Otis Thorpe. Houston 8, New York 7. Ewing able to recapture and hits the jump hook. And Patrick Ewing allowed to get down low once again.
And that time Patrick did have Akeem on his back, fumbled the ball, but did a good job of recapturing. And we haven't seen a lot of little jump hooks from Patrick in this series. That was a pretty one.
Knicks by 1. Horry off the spin, rejected by Ewing. That's his 3rd block this first quarter. Ewing, the trailer, stopped by Elijah Wan. And back come the Rockets. Smith pulls it up. Eddie Smith way off on that jump shot. Here's Charles Smith. And the Knicks have an 11-8 advantage.
It's almost like a Western Conference regular season game has broken out here. Both teams just play open floor, almost schoolyard basketball.
We saw shades of this at the Garden on Friday night at the start, and then things did calm down. The Knicks lead by 3, 6:32 left, first quarter.
Well, Robert Horry's quickness gets him a step and a half ahead of Charles Smith, but Patrick Ewing coming over and swatting his 3rd block shot of this game, 27th of the series.
He is adding to what is already a NBA Finals record. He had 8 the other night. That tied him for a single game mark for the NBA Finals. And Akeem Olajuwon with 2 this evening. So he also may still be alive in the record department. 22 for the 6-game series with plenty of time remaining. There's 6:25 left in the first quarter. Knicks 11 and the Rockets 8. Olajuwon now guarded by Oakley. Here's Olajuwon. Maxwell on the recovery. It's a 24-second violation.
24-second.
Good defense again in the half court by the Knicks as they seem to eat up the set offense of the Houston Rockets and force them to use a lot of shot clock. And you're just not going to shoot a high percentage with that shot clock winding down. Actually, Patrick Ewing stripped Olajuwon on his half penetration to the hoop.
Already turnover number 4 committed by Houston. The Knicks do not have any. Smith. Ewing swings it. Oakley setting a pick. Shot clock at 5. Oakley's pass deflected by Horry. And it will be Nick Ball.
Right now the officials want to get together and the shot clock should be down around 3, 4, or 5. The ball did not hit the rim. So the shot clock should not have been set. It hit the side of the backboard. The referee Jess Kersey going over to check with the shot clock operator.
Yes, the shot clock was readjusted to 24.
They are now adjusting the clock to
As that ball is deflected and hits the side of the backboard, that does not matter. They're putting up 2. Could have been 3 or 4 seconds, but 2 is the judgment.
So Smith throws in. Ewing has to get it off, and he's fouled by Olajuwon. Not a smart foul by Akeem, but he went for the fake.
Houston foul,
and he picked it up.
Akeem Olajuwon, his first.
Not even Akeem knows that is not a wise foul. Shot clock
Patrick
down.
Ewing
Obviously, he's just so used to challenging shots. It's one of the reasons why when Patrick Ewing is posted up inside, that the Rockets want to come down and double team because they know because of Akeem's aggressiveness in trying to help out and block shots, he's going to pick up a couple of those along the way. They want to protect him in the early part of the game.
And that a rare trip to the free throw line for Patrick Ewing. This is only his 12th free throw attempt. And Jack Madden with the indication that Hakeem stepped in too quickly. And Ewing will get another shot.
As Patrick has that little hitch, the players aren't used to seeing it. As you see on the left side of your screen, Hakeem stepping in to block out Charles Smith, but the players aren't used to seeing Patrick hit the foul line. They forget that little hesitation.
Ewing takes advantage. The Knicks 13, the Rockets 8. 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. First quarter. Kenny Smith for Otis Thorpe. Vernon Maxwell for three. And a foul is called. It's a loose ball call against the Knicks. In the battle for the rebound.
Loose ball foul, calling the arch 34.
It's on Oakley. That's his first.
First personal, the second.
Well, Maxwell gets another good look here as Olajuwon getting inside position on both Smith and Oakley. Charles realized it, shoved him out of the way.
Rockets not moving without the ball. That's one of their problems the other night at Madison Square Garden. Back comes Starks. Here's Oakley. And Olajuwon clears it. Crowd urging the home team on. That's a leg block. And a new 24
Rockets get
awarded
24 seconds.
Houston. Kenny Smith, Vernon Maxwell have been silent this series. In fact, Kenny Smith has faced most of the heat, but Vernon Maxwell has not been able to get going. 3 of 11 in the game the other night. Here's Olajuwon. And it's handled by Ewing. Smith is wide open. Bad pass. Rockets give it right back. Oakley. The Knicks lead 15-8. And the Rockets are hearing boos from the crowd.
And the Knicks have missed a lot of wide open jump shots, or they would be up even more, as the Rocket defense is very soft right now.
22nd timeout taken by Rudy Tomjanovich. 8-0 run put together by the Knicks. And a 15-8 lead in this game number 6 of the best of 7 back in game 1. Here in Houston, the Rockets won, led by Otis Thorpe. Game 2 won by the Knicks. John Starks came on late in the game to spark the victory, and the series was tied at 1. It was on to Madison Square Garden for 3 straight. Rockets coming up with a 93-89 lead in a win in game number 3. Sam Cassell did it down the stretch, 9 points in the 4th quarter. Knicks came back to win game 4. Charles Oakley, 20 rebounds, did a great job off the offensive boards. And then game 5 at Madison Square Garden on Friday night, Patrick Ewing with the outstanding all-around performance, 25 points, 8 blocks. And the Knicks took a 3-2 lead. Rockets hoping to extend this to a 7th and decisive game on Wednesday. Horry getting inside. The Knicks now lead by 5.
Well, Rudy Tomjanovich and the Rockets have been searching for some kind of a half-court play that will work. They've been almost exclusively going to screen roll. That time they went to another set. They got Horry on a nice curl.
Ewing played by Thorpe. Here's Olajuwon with the help. Rebounded by Thorpe. Maxwell for Olajuwon. Now being played by Smith. And Hakeem hits over Charles Smith to cut it to a 3-point Knick lead.
That's that quick transition play I'm talking about, Marv, where they just push it up the floor. First, big guy down, go to the box, pump it in there before the half-court defense of the Knicks can set up.
Sam Cassell in the Houston
Olajuwon
lineup.
beating Ewing down the floor. Charles Smith picking him up. He's played him before, but already Olajuwon with 1 foot in the paint makes the little bump and the fadeaway his favorite shot.
Sam Cassell, the rookie from Florida State, has come on, replacing Kenny Smith. Oakley, yes. The Knicks 17, the Rockets 12. Oakley with 3 of 4 from the field. He has 6 points. Hopper applying pressure on Cassell. And Jess Kersey, the outside official, calling Hopper for a hard hand check. Derek Hopper, one of the masters of the hand check, but this time The official did not like the resistance.
Well, Larry Smith, the assistant coach of the Rockets, has been telling his guards, keep knocking that hand off to get the attention of the officials. That really wasn't as hard as it looked, but the knockoff alerted the referee.
Illegal defense called against the Knicks. Pat Riley complaining about the call. It's the second call, and it will be a technical foul awarded to the Rockets. And Cassell will shoot the tee. We come up on 3 minutes remaining first quarter. Knicks 17 and the Rockets 13. Oakley on the deflection. Cassell trying to press Hopper. Smith from deep. And Thorpe rebounds. Oakley hit the floor hard. But apparently is all right. Thorpe comes it back for Maxwell. Olajuwon trying to get position. Lost it off his foot. Hakeem Olajuwon turns it over. 2:33 remaining first quarter. The Knicks lead by 4 points. Vernon Maxwell has not done it during the course of this NBA Finals series. 1 for 4 here tonight for the series, shooting under 35%, 25 for 72 overall. We talked with Vernon about his disappointing performance.
Well, definitely it's frustrating for me because I'm so much of a competitor on both ends of the floor, and I'm always trying to do well. And I think the thing for me that's been bothering me offensively more than anything is I've been pressing my game so much because everybody's been talking about, Vernon, you need to score, you need to do this on offense or whatever, and I've been putting so much pressure on myself, and instead of relaxing and just going out and playing and let the offense come to me and not try to take myself so much into the offense.
And Hopper comes up short, guarded by Maxwell. And the foul is called on Maxwell. That is his first.
Well, one of the things, Vernon Maxwell has not complained throughout this series at all about his sore hands, his sore wrists, something that had bothered him in the previous series. And it has to have to do a lot with his kind of shooting because he shoots from the perimeter and from beyond that three-point arc. And if you don't have a good feeling and a strong feeling in your hands and wrists, that's going to be a very difficult shot. And of course, what he has to do is make the adjustment and not take so many of those and look to penetrate and get to the basket more.
All right, let's go to Hannah for more on Vernon Maxwell.
Matt, I have something more on that wrist. You know that Vernon Maxwell had surgery on that left wrist last year, and he'd been wearing a wrap the entire finals. Now, he hadn't wrapped the wrist during the playoffs when he had shot well. He shot poorly with it. He told me that the wrap was bothering him from a psychological standpoint, and he took it off about midway through the first quarter, hoping that he would shoot a little bit better without that wrist wrapped. Mark?
All right, Hannah, Knicks now lead 19-13. We're just under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. First quarter that has seen the crowd turn on the Rockets. We've heard the booing from time to time. Olajuwon has been blocked. Anthony Mason is on the floor for the first time. Anthony Mason so instrumental in that Knick win on Friday night. And a traveling violation called on Starks. Only the first turnover committed by the Knicks. Houston with 7.
Once again, the Rocket offense just plodding along, very stagnant, not getting anything going. And that shot taken under 4 seconds on the shot clock with 2 hands in his face and another shot clock.
Horry for 3. Yes. Robert Horry from downtown. The Knicks 19, the Rockets 16. Horry trying to turn it from the 2 of 14 the other night.
It's good to see Sam Cassell getting in the backcourt, applying good man-to-man pressure against Derek Harper, giving it back to Derek. He's been doing it to them.
Patrick Ewing with his second field goal. He now has 6 points. Knicks 21, the Rockets 16. Under a minute to go in this first quarter. Horry beating Oakley and then finding Olajuwon. What a beautiful play by Horry.
That's what he was doing in Game 3, driving into the lane, feeding his man. That time there was no man to guard him because it was a rotation. And we have a technical foul.
Anthony Mason, who was hit with a technical in Game 5 after he took that shot from Hakeem Olajuwon, went at Olajuwon, appeared to be out of control, then his teammates calmed him down, and apparently Mason had something to say to one of the officials, and he's hit with a technical that will be taken by Sam Cassell.
Well, something was going on over on that side of the floor, either conversation with the referee or something that he may have gotten involved with Vernon Maxwell. And Patrick Ewing once again came over as he's been the settling influence for a number of the players that have gotten at times out of control.
35 seconds remaining in this first quarter, 15 on the 24. Hopper doing it off the dribble. Looked like Olajuwon got a piece of it. That will not count. Loose ball foul called against the Knicks. Basket does not count.
Well, penetrating drive by Derek Harper, but on the other side, Charles Oakley coming barreling in, gets the tip in, but right up the back of Robert Horry. Not that Robert was boxing out. He was just standing there, just trying to grab the rebound as Charles Oakley, like a runaway truck, bopped him in the back.
For Oakley, his second. Greg Anthony checking in for the first time, replacing Derek Harper. Charles Smith is back up front with Patrick Ewing and Anthony Mason. Rockets using the clock. They have 10 on the 24, only 13 remaining in the quarter. Trying to work it down. Horry for three. Yes. Robert Horry with a second three-pointer. The Knicks lead is down to 1. Final seconds of the quarter. Anthony gets it off. Three-pointer attempt. Off the mark. And the first quarter has concluded. Apparently the scoreboard slow in registering the three-pointer by Horry. The game is tied at 21.
Here's how Robert Horry got open for the three-point shot. Screen roll. The pass is going to go in the corner here to Otis Thorpe. Patrick Ewing will rotate out there. Charles Smith down to get Olajuwon. For some reason, Anthony goes this way. Mason comes down in here, and Robert Horry going to step right up there for the wide-open three-point shot. And a very unusual rotation by the New York Knicks. Actually, very poor rotation, a play they normally execute very well.
And Robert Horry with 31 three-point field goals attempted in the finals. That's two more than two-point field goals. During the season, he shot 32% from three-point land, 44 of 136. Anna mentioned that Robert Horry has been struggling with the elevation because of the hip injury. Hurt in that fall when he took the hard foul from Anthony Mason, but he's been hitting the three-pointers. Second quarter underway. Knicks and Rockets tied 21 apiece. Cassell from three. And the three-point touch has returned for the Rockets. One of their major weapons during the season. Anthony turned back. Carl Herrera, who just checked in along with Mario Elie on the exchange. Herrera. Yes. Carl Herrera, an impressive 5 of 8 for 11 points, plus 3 steals the other night in New York. Rockets lead 26-21. They've hit their last 5 shots. Here's Ewing over Thorpe. Rebounded by Mason. Anthony stepping back and feeds Mason. He's triple teamed. And a foul is called against the Rockets. It's on Herrera. Let's check in with Ahmad Rajan. Ahmad?
All right, Mark, during that last timeout, Pat Riley telling his team that they were expecting that run by the Houston Rockets. They weathered that. He also was very upset that they weren't pushing the ball up. They wanted to get into their offense a lot earlier. Mark?
All right, Ahmad. Well, the Rockets in the midst of another pretty good run. 5 straight shots, 3 of the 5 from downtown. Holding foul has been called on Cassell. That is his first.
As Patrick Ewing puts the ball on the floor against the mismatch of with Robert Horry, Sam Cassell coming down from the top to try to dig it out. Got a piece of the ball, but also got a piece of the arm and wrist of Patrick Ewing.
illegal defense called for the first time against the Rockets, who have managed to reel off an 18-6 run. Since the Knicks had their biggest lead, they were up by 7. For early second quarter, Marv Albert, Matt Gukas, Ahmad Rashad, Hannah Storm, Bob Costas will be along at halftime, and he will be talking with Charles Barkley of the Phoenix Suns. That's coming up at halftime. Again, illegal defense and a technical foul awarded to the Knicks. John Starks will shoot the tee. John Starks having a terrific NBA final. Remember, he opened up 3 of 18 in game 1, but he has turned it around since then. Rockets lead 26-22.
Actually, Mason was being double teamed on the weak side. Carl Herrera very jittery at the defensive end as Ewing gets posted up inside. They're double teaming and getting caught in some poor rotation.
Crowd wanted to travel on Anthony Smith. Charles Smith has hit 3 out of 5. He has 6 points. Rockets 26. The Knicks 24. Cassell lost it off his foot. Able to recover. Mario Elie lost it. Starks with the steal. Here's Starks all the way. A good recovery by Ori. Robert Ori caught him from behind and was able to reach in to break it up.
Replaces Patrick Ewing.
Here, Elie gets this pass with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Sam Cassell pounded it in the floor till then, and it looks like John Starks has that clear lay-in, as it appeared that Robert Ori was beaten, but he was able with those long strides and long arms to come from behind and flick that shot away.
Well, Pat Riley providing a rest for Patrick Ewing. Charles Oakley is coming on. Knicks with a 5 steals to this point. Harper has 3. And with Ewing sitting down, Rudy Tomjanovich decides to insert Hakeem Olajuwon. Here's Smith getting inside. It counts, and the foul. Strong move by Charles Smith.
Charles Smith has tried to be as aggressive as possible with the minutes that he's getting, taking the ball hard to the basket. This time, he was met in there by Olajuwon, just able to get over the rim as Patrick Ewing gets his rest, and he's happy.
Robert Ori called on that foul. We'll be back in a moment. The Houston Rockets style has certainly been affected by the excellent defensive play of the Knicks. They averaged better than 101 points per game during the regular season, about middle of the pack. Now, the first 3 rounds, they were just under 102 points per game, but look at that figure here in the finals. And Mario Elie came out and said, well, we have been playing the Knicks style. We won a lot of games this season, making teams adjust to our game. I don't know why we're changing all of a sudden. Mario Elie has also been an unhappy guy about the lack of playing time, and said something about it following the game in New York on Friday.
Well, not a time to be pointing fingers, but also keep in mind with that 101 points a game, regular season and early rounds of the playoffs, the regular season is the regular season, and in some of those early rounds you're playing against Portland, who likes to go up and down, the Phoenix Suns, who like to run with you. You're playing against the New York Knicks. This is a tough defensive ball club who makes you play their style.
3-point play completed by Charles Smith, so the Knicks have come back following the good run by the Rockets, and the Knicks now lead by 1 with 2.5 gone by in the second quarter. Ori dumps it off for Herrera, is able to get inside. Carl Herrera continues to provide trouble for the Knicks.
He just seems to have that knack against the Knicks and some other ball clubs as well. When he catches inside, he just finds openings.
Rockets by 1. Cassell with the steal. Took it from Smith, who's hurt. Here's Elie. Traveling. Violation. Charles Smith is up. Comes up hobbling, looking to walk it off.
Well, Charles Smith getting sandwiched by 3 Houston Rockets as Sam Cassell takes it out of his hands, and Charles goes hard to the floor and in some pain, but back up and playing.
Mason, Smith, and Oakley up front. Starks and Anthony in the backcourt. Starks off the fake for 3. Rebound tip from Herrera to Cassell. Rockets on the run again. Here comes Cassell, accelerating and hitting. Sam Cassell putting the speed on. Rockets take a 3-point lead.
And the Rockets taking the ball to the basket at every opportunity while Patrick Ewing rests on the New York bench. No shot blockers in there for New York.
Rockets have hit their last 7 shots. They double up on Smith. Oakley. Herrera to the ball. Back come the Rockets. Horry up front with Olajuwon and Herrera. Off the head fake. Olajuwon not able to hit. It's Horry on the follow, and he is fouled.
Well, Sam Cassell with a little open floor here sees that he can get by Oakley and Anthony, and nobody in there to protect and help out, and that'll bring Patrick Ewing back into the ballgame. And on this last play, Carl Herrera once again off the Olajuwon miss, just sneaking in there, keeping that ball alive, tipping it over to Robert Horry, who got fouled in the act.
Charles Smith called for the foul, and Charles Smith sitting down. Good first half for Smith. 4 of 6, 9 points. Horry a 73% free throw shooter.
For New York, number 11, Derek Harper.
Now Derek Harper
replaces John Starks.
checks back in. Greg Anthony and Derek Harper in the backcourt. Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason up front. Houston 31 and the Knicks 27. 4 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Shot clock at 5. Now to 2. 24 seconds. Violation.
Pat Riley looking around very confused and very upset with his team as Greg Anthony made an extra pass inside to Ewing there with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Not a good one. At that time, he's got to either take the shot or try to get a shot off of a couple of dribbles.
Ball goes back to the Rockets. We're hoping to bring this series to a 7th and final game on a Wednesday here at the Summit. Here's Otis Thorpe, who we're told twisted his right wrist just moments ago. He's back in, replacing Robert Horry, who hears it from the crowd. 9 points for Horry, 2 from three-point land. Knicks, on the other hand, seeking to wrap it here tonight to win their first NBA title since back in the 72-73 season. Herrera on the drive. Carl Herrera, 3 of 3 from the field, coming off the bench for a quick 6 points, and the Rockets lead by 6. Here's Mason. Rebound, Herrera. A battle between Thorpe and Mason. Thorpe. Olajuwon pitches out for Herrera. Here's Cassell with a crossover, drawing the foul. It's on Anthony.
But Carl Herrera has been feeling it inside and outside as he just blows by. Charles Oakley gets into the lane, and the tough little touch shot from 8 feet away, as it seems he can do no wrong against the New York Knicks.
A very brash, very confident rookie out of Florida State. #1 draft pick of the Rockets this season, Sam Cassell, who has had a roller coaster type NBA final. And as Sam Cassell has gone or not, has reflected the ups and downs of the Houston Rockets. Did the job in the 2 wins, did not do as much in the 3 losses. In fact, shot only 29% in the 3 losses. Houston in the midst of a 7-0 run. It's been a second quarter of runs. Houston reeling off 5 straight points at the start. Knicks had a 6-0 spurt, and now Houston with the 7 straight. Cassell, that was a 3-point attempt. Ewing on the rebound. We come up on 6.5 remaining. In the first half, it's Houston 33 and New York 27. Bounce back to Olajuwon defending against Ewing. And it forced Ewing to throw it away. Here comes Ellie, met by Hopper. Olajuwon from Cassell. Rockets have an 8-point lead.
And Pat Riley is furious. He's going to get John Starks back into the game. And Patrick Ewing got double teamed, turned away from it, jumped in the air, and nobody to throw it to, so he gave it to the Rockets.
Mason. And a pushing foul being called on the Rockets.
Well, Patrick Ewing slow getting back on defense. Cassell with his head up. Nobody there really to help out Patrick and get Olajuwon as Charles Oakley was late. A terrific thread the needle pass, and Pat Riley is furious, and it really started before that with the very poor offensive play. He's very disgusted right now with their ball movement, as Ahmad Rashad was telling us during that last timeout. Just too stagnant offensively.
And again, Matt, the old double foul call. We've seen quite a few of these during the NBA Finals. Cassell and Anthony are called for the foul, so the Knicks maintain possession. And Starks is back on the floor, replacing Anthony. Ewing off a double team, stripped by Cassell. Sam Cassell batting it out of the hands of Patrick Ewing. Here's Cassell on the spin, met by Ewing, lost it momentarily. Olajuwon gets it back. Shot clock at 10. Rockets by 8 points. They double up on Olajuwon. And a holding foul that bails out Olajuwon. He had nowhere to go off the spin. It's on Ewing, his first.
And Patrick Ewing very unhappy with that call, as Olajuwon got himself in the same position that Patrick did a couple plays before, jumped in the air, really had nothing to do with it, and threw it to the corner. And referee Jack Madden saw a little hack on the wrist by Patrick, a very little one.
9 unanswered points for the Rockets. Olajuwon felt he was taken down by Ewing, looking for the foul. No call made.
Olajuwon trying to get position on Patrick Ewing and trying to feel body as Patrick gave ground, and it made Olajuwon lose his footing and the turnover.
5 minutes remaining, first half. Ewing, yes. 8 points for Ewing. Rockets 35 and the Knicks 29.
And that has been something that has been missing in the New York offense. Guards penetrating, kicking out to a good shooter like Patrick or Oakley, and the Rockets almost never do it.
And the foul committed by Hopper, his second. Holding foul on Hopper.
Well, of course, he's getting a reputation, and well-deserved over his career as being a tough defender, a guy that is quick and strong with his hands and pushing in there. And, of course, these officials have seen it and gotten it twice so far tonight.
And Jake O'Donnell just warned Hopper that he better quiet down the talking. Hopper was complaining about that call. Again, Hopper hand-checking Cassell. Here's Thorpe. And a foul called against the Knicks. It's on Smith. Charles Smith called for his second. That's the indication, I believe, of too much talking, isn't that it?
I think we all understand that one.
Or chirping, as they say in some quarters.
Well, of course, you look at that 0 for 2 as well. That'll make you chirp a little more when Derek Harper was playing extremely well at both ends of the floor and knocking down those outside shots and the three-pointers. When those fouls would be called on him in New York, he just went about his business, didn't say anything. But when your offense is struggling as it is right now, you get more irritated.
Rockets 2 of 5 at the line. Thorpe, a poor free throw shooter, about 65% during the season. Oakley save handled by Herrera. Now, normally that is a bad play. You do not save it into the opposition front court, but Oakley has mastered that. And that's a rare turnover in that situation for Charles Oakley. It backfired. Hopper was pushed, and he'll go to the line. 4:15 remaining in this first half. Sam Cassell called for his third. Rockets lead 37 to 29.
Barbie's saying normally a bad play because Charles is known for being able to save those off, but normally when he saves them, he throws them about 20 to 30 feet out on the floor. But that was a case of both he and Ewing just going hard for that rebound and bumping into each other. Bad timing, and a tough break for New York, and a good one for Carl Herrera and the Rockets.
Houston lineup for Sam Cassell and a short.
Here's that play where Patrick Ewing and Oakley battling each other, and Oakley just natural reaction, saving it. He knew he wanted to just crawl behind that press table. He knew what he did, but smart play at this end with Derek Harper driving against the rookie Cassell after the call went against him, and he got the call.
Kenny Smith, Robert Horry check back in. Vernon Maxwell back on the floor. So Cassell sits down. An excellent job by the rookie again. Here's Elijah Wan with a gorgeous spinning jump shot. 10 points for Elijah Wan. Rockets by 9. Just under 4 to go in the first half. Hopper on a crossover. What a move by Hopper. He left Smith behind him.
And there have been times in this series where the Rockets will force baseline. They're not doing it right now, so it's an absolute crime for Kenny Smith to let Harper beat him baseline.
Herrera, yes. Carl Herrera, 5 for 5 from the field, 10 points. Houston 41, New York 32. Shot clock at 5. Hopper from 3. Air ball carries out of bounds.
Actually, Derek Harper never even saw the rim or basket on that shot. He knew the shot clock was down and just flung it up there.
Maxwell, Smith in the backcourt. Elijah Wan, Horry, and Herrera up front. Elijah Wan with a head fake. Good play by Ewing. And then a foul call. It's a push on Ewing. That's his second.
Well, Hakeem Olajuwon much quicker now with his catch as the Rockets are swinging it from one side to the other. He's making a more definitive move, and when he does that, he's able to create that open space. Here, another quick move on Patrick Ewing, who puts out the hands, the little shove, and he picks up his second personal foul.
And the Rockets on fire in the second quarter. They've hit 9 of 12. All right, Bob. Yes, 75% shooting in the second. Rockets 9 of 12, while the Knicks only 4 of 11 in the second quarter. And Rudy T's ball club at 58% for the half. On 18 of 31, they've outscored the Knicks 20 to 11 here in the second quarter. We're down to 2 minutes and 49 seconds to go. And Hakeem Olajuwon at the line for the first time. Good first half for Hakeem. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocked shots. And Hakeem saying after the game the other day, we are in the driver's seat, even though we're down 3 games to 2. He said we lost the home court advantage, but then we gained it back with the game here tonight and a possible game 7 on Wednesday. That, of course, the Rocket point of view. The Knicks do not want to deal with a game 7 on Wednesday night. Rockets by 11 for Houston. Their biggest lead of the night. Hopper off the dribble again, beats Smith, and a foul is called. Basket will not count, and Kenny Smith continues to have enormous problems with Derek Harper. Smith called for the foul, his first.
And as Derek was walking back to the free throw line, he had something to say to Smith, but that's what Derek has to do, and John Starks, when they get the opportunity, because the Rockets have increased their pressure on defense, and when you face that, that's when you got to start attacking the rim, either for yourself or a kick out, as Harper saw Ewing on that play.
Both teams over the foul limit. One of the reasons the Knicks do not to say you can't beat previous statistics, but still the odds are the home team is going to have the big advantage, and the home team has won 19 straight in game 7s. This is only, incidentally, Matt, the third time the last 16 years the NBA Finals have gone, or it would be only the third time that the NBA Finals have gone to 7 if it does go that far. Elijah Wan, Pat Riley coached the previous 2 teams. Here's Starks going all the way.
John Starks.
And the Rockets lead by 7.
Well, the Knicks had 8 fast break points in the first quarter. That's their first 2 with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Good job by Ewing in fronting Olajuwon. Now Olajuwon comes to the other side and pops it to Ori. Ewing on the rebound. Here comes Starks. 3-on-2 now. The Rockets get back. Starks. Rebound Smith. Lost it. Maxwell poked it over to Ori. Maxwell with the save. What a play by Vernon Maxwell. Flying over the midcourt line to save it. Ori went down in a collision with Smith. Maxwell for three. Yes! Oh, a spectacular sequence for Vernon Maxwell. First the save, and now hits the three. And the Rockets lead by 10 as we come up on a minute remaining in the first half. Ewing. Ori from Herrera, who was able to knock it to him. Maxwell accelerates. Maxwell came up short. And Oakley looks to peg it. And then changes his mind.
Well, Maxwell may have thought he had something going there. That's a very difficult shot, running to his left and having to try to shoot that ball across his body. Not a high percentage shot.
The chant of defense here at the Summit in Houston. Ewing, crowd wanted to travel. Rebound Ori. The Knicks in the midst of a drought, while it has been an excellent shooting second quarter for the Rockets. Olajuwon now played on a switch by Smith. Olajuwon gets it out. Ori forced it. He was double teamed. Not a good shot. The Knicks have missed their last four. Now look to hold for a final shot as we come up on 10 seconds left in the quarter. And Harper was surprised. Ori got him from behind. Final seconds. Maxwell for three. And that will do it.
That is the end of the first half.
The Knicks with only 15 points in the second quarter, outscored 25-15. And at the half, it's the Houston Rockets 46 and the New York Knicks 36. Rockets trying to stay alive. We welcome you back to the Summit in Houston, Texas. Rockets 46, the Knicks 36. Third quarter getting underway. Kenny Smith and Vernon Maxwell at the guards. Hakeem Olajuwon, Otis Thorpe, Robert Ori up front. Rockets with a set play as Thorpe goes down low against Oakley. And then pops it out to Ori, tries the three. Ori hit two from downtown in the first half.
The Rockets had a lot of success with starting something on the left side and then swinging out to Ori either for shot, drive, or dump into Olajuwon.
Here's Harper. And a second opportunity for the Knicks. A rare offensive rebound for the Knicks tonight.
Only two in the first half, and really with Ewing taking so many jumpers, Oakley, Mason, and Smith on a lot of good runs at the glass. Didn't get any rebounds, however.
And John Starks hits the three. The Rockets lead 46-39. 9 points for Starks, along with 4 assists. Maxwell had it knocked away. They double up on Olajuwon momentarily. Olajuwon with the open shot. 14 points for Hakeem Olajuwon. Rockets 48, Knicks 39.
And that is one of the rare times where the Rockets have gotten some penetration and a little kick out to Olajuwon, and it was off a broken play. But that's what they have to do in that situation.
Now let's check in with Ahmad.
All right, Marv, during halftime, Pat Riley, the gist of what he was talking about was defense. He said that his team's got to stay together more defensively. They've got to rebound with more aggressive and also handle the Rockets pick and roll. He said they're down by 9 at halftime. The most important run of the season will be right here at the beginning of the third quarter. Marv?
Thank you, Ahmad. And Patrick Ewing with a pretty fadeaway baseline jump shot cuts it to a 7-point Houston lead. And Starks picked off. He and Maxwell in a collision in a friendly discussion as Starks is called for a second.
Ball belongs to the Rockets.
A backcourt pressure by John Starks as he tried to get over Robert Ory's pick and got clipped there, but referee Jess Kersey calling the foul on Starks, running into or grabbing Maxwell or both.
Maxwell Starks. Maxwell found the opening. Maxwell with a bad shot, deflected by Ewing. Hopper and Starks in the backcourt. Ewing, Smith, Oakley up front. 2 minutes in, third quarter. Ewing off the fake. It counts, and the foul. Olajuwon called for the hack, and Ewing will go to the line.
Well, when you catch the ball in the position that Patrick Ewing catches it, and he was challenged on the shot, but he catches about 3 feet away from the basket with Olajuwon on his back. Came right there to challenge it. He even caught him on the wrist, but if you keep getting that kind of position, even the defensive player of the year is going to have a difficult time stopping it.
Second foul on Olajuwon. He and Ewing each with 2, and by virtue of the three-point play, the Knicks have cut it to a 4-point lead. Rockets have led by as many as 11. That was late in the second quarter. Horry went down. He was looking for a foul. Here's Smith for Olajuwon. Yes. Rockets lead by 6.
Once again, penetration by a guard and a throw back to Olajuwon. He rarely's been getting that help from the guards in this series.
16 points for Hakeem Olajuwon. Oakley with the screen, and it sets up Oakley for the jump shot. Loose ball foul on Ewing. He came over the back of Olajuwon. That is 3 on Patrick Ewing.
Well, Charles Oakley almost had too long. He knew he was wide open as he caught this pass and put up the jump shot. And then Patrick Ewing jumping on the back as the crowd reacted to it before the official did.
Shot clock at 10. Olajuwon outplayed by Smith. Out of 5 of the 24. And the foul against the Knicks. Smith was grabbed.
New York foul, 54.
Kenny Smith fouled by Charles Smith. That's 3 on Charles Smith.
I mentioned throughout much of the series that Kenny Smith has been forced to go east-west, side to side by the tough defense. We saw him turn the corner once and get the throw back to Olajuwon. This time he started to go around the corner, and that's why he was fouled by Smith.
Rockets 50. The Knicks 44. They double up on Kenny Smith again. Smith got the step. Well, Kenny Smith with a second field goal, and the Rockets up by 8. Good play by Olajuwon. And Hopper will have to come back. Shot clock at 8. Charles Smith. Charles Smith on the follow. And Horry able to sweep it. Thorpe with Starks back, feeding Maxwell. And the Knicks want to talk it over. 6-0 run by the Rockets. A good reaction to the fast start by the Knicks here in the third quarter.
Aaron Thorpe surveying the situation very nicely, waits for the trailer, Vernon Maxwell, to get one of the rare fast breaks for the Houston Rockets, and they are happy about it.
Welcome back to Houston, Texas, and this is a city that has produced a select group of great athletes who have worn number 34. Earl Campbell, Houston Oilers. Nolan Ryan, Houston Astros. And Hakeem Olajuwon of the Houston Rockets. Earl Campbell came close to AFC title games against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Nolan Ryan, 6 outs away, had that 5-2 lead in the 8th inning back in 1980 against the Philadelphia Phillies. So can Hakeem be the first number 34 to lead a Houston franchise to a title? Rockets have a 10-point lead. 7:50 remaining. Third quarter. Rockets looking to send this to a 7th and decisive game on Wednesday. Charles Smith now has 11. 8-point lead for the Rockets. The Knicks are hoping to wrap it tonight for their first NBA championship since back in the 72-73 season. They won in 69-70 for the first time, and then in 72-73. And Olajuwon was fouled on the double team.
Well, Pat Riley has been changing his matchup on Olajuwon in every third quarter. In Game 5, it was Charles Smith on Olajuwon. Again, Charles Smith, who had some success up in Madison Square Garden the other night. And all that time he could do was grab on and hold as the quick, strong move by Olajuwon. And Anthony Mason now back in the ballgame, who had a very quiet second quarter, whereas in Game 5 he scored 12 points. It was Carl Herrera who did the Mason job on New York in the first half for Houston.
Smith sitting down after picking up his 4th foul. So Ori guarded by Oakley. That's Mason on Olajuwon, and Mason is called for the personal. That is his first.
Next foul, 14, Anthony Mason. His first.
Olajuwon to the line. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
To shoot 2.
Crowd chanting MVP. And Hakeem Olajuwon now has 17 points. He has certainly picked it up the last 2 games. 12 of 21, 27 points, 11 in the 4th quarter the other night at Madison Square Garden.
And Mark, as great as he is, and he's the best player in the NBA right now, but he had to be reminded the other night about some of the mistakes he was making as far as not making his move quickly and with the definition. Tonight he's doing it again. He is being more aggressive as soon as he catches the ball.
Rockets by 10. 5 minutes in. 3rd quarter. Mason. Ewing lost it. And a foul called against the Rockets.
Houston foul 34.
It's number 3 on Olajuwon.
He's shaking his head, but as Patrick Ewing had that ball on the floor, he reached down in there and either made contact with the ball or the wrist. He's unhappy with the call. Anthony Mason just cannot get it going offensively. He got himself going in Game 5 by reminding him, and his high school coach reminded him, be more aggressive. Look for your opportunities inside.
Again, the matchup is Olajuwon and Ewing, both playing with 3 fouls. Olajuwon got a piece of it. Olajuwon against Mason. Last touch by Ori.
And Olajuwon went hard to the floor as Mason kind of reached in, pulled his hand back, and Hakeem felt he got hit on the head there. But Kenny Smith is playing much better basketball. He's starting to penetrate the free throw line extended, and his whole game looks a lot better.
Harper for Mason. Anthony Mason. Knicks have missed 7 of their last 8 shots. Smith for 3. But Kenny Smith not able to hit from long range. Starks off the fake. Sets up Ewing. Rebound 4. And both clubs now struggling offensively.
But at least a better opportunity that time for New York as Starks got into the lane, drew the defense a little, got a better look for Patrick Ewing. Patrick's a little tired right now, probably shooting too many jump shots. He should go inside, draw the double team, and get some shots for his teammates.
Shot clock at 2, and Olajuwon hits. Rockets by 12. They double up on Starks. Ewing is only 5 of 16 from the field. Mason on a fadeaway. Ewing on it. Starks for 3. Knicks have missed 10 of their last 11. Four and a half remaining in the 3rd. Maxwell. And a loose ball foul called on Maxwell.
Well, shot clock winding down. Hakeem knew it. He was a little outside his range there at about 19, 20 feet. He's still able to get it down as he's got that touch. tough drive and shot by Maxwell. Can't get it to fall, but as Patrick Ewing knocked that ball loose, the little wipeout foul by Maxwell.
Those of you who have followed the Knicks through the season and through the playoffs are well aware that they have gone through droughts like this on a consistent basis. Here's Hopper. He finally ends the streak. The Knicks had missed 10 of the last 11. They had missed 6 consecutive shots. Rockets 58, Knicks 49. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the third. Oakley with the steal. Hopper checking with Pat Riley at the Knicks bench. Fouled by Kenny Smith. It is only the 3rd team foul on the Rockets. Knicks have been over the limit for some time.
And it is so draining when you're looking at it from the New York standpoint of just shots will not fall. Some of them have been good ones, especially on the draw and kick situations, but nothing working well in the half court. And I say draining because it's just so frustrating to go back and have to play hard defense again, and you're getting no reward at the other end.
On the previous
Sam Cassell has checked in, replacing Kenny Smith. Sam Cassell played well in the first half. In 11 minutes, 2 of 3 from the field, 6 points. Mason comes out to set the pick. Here's Oakley. Charles Oakley from the top of the circle. And the Rocket lead is now 7. Carl Herrera, who had that outstanding performance in the first half, although he re-injured that dislocated right shoulder the other night, but came out on fire, hitting 5 out of 5 from the field. Illegal defense called against the Knicks. And a technical foul awarded once again to the Rockets. Sam Cassell, 1 of 2 from the line, will shoot the tee. Rockets lead 59-51. Let's go to Hannah Storm. Hannah?
Just a few moments ago, Ray Melchiori was treating Akeem Olajuwon, who was bleeding slightly, but it was just a scratched fingernail that he received on his arm, and they believe he stopped bleeding and should be able to come back in the game at any time. Mark?
All right, Hannah. Akeem getting a rest now, 20 points, 7 rebounds, couple of block shots. Rockets with the ball, leading by 8. Cassell went to the left hand and was picked off by Hopper. Steal number 4 for Derek Hopper, and he set up John Starks. Derek Hopper does it again. Rockets now lead by 6.
And Marvin, appeared that Derek was clearly beaten by Cassell. He was, but able to reach back and get that steal, and then the explosive dunk by Starks.
Here is Horry for 3. Starks on the rebound. Ewing was hanging. Ewing with the nice fake, and then tips it home. Will not count. Offensive interference.
Well, give a lot of credit here to Robert Horry for chasing this play down, and just by running by Patrick Ewing, he made him short arm and squeeze that little lay-in, and in his attempt to tap it back in, the offensive goaltending.
2:45 remaining, third quarter. A moment ago, Derek Hopper came up with his 4th steal of the night. That's 15 in the series. We talked with Derek and asked about his philosophy in terms of coming up with steals.
Well, basically is I think when a guy is getting ready to make his move, I think that's when a person is vulnerable, because when a guy is getting ready to make his move on the dribble, I think he pulls the ball unconsciously closer to his body, and a lot of times when the ball is close, I'm able to hold him with one hand and sort of knock the ball away from time to time. I shouldn't be giving away my secrets because people are going to be watching for it now, but just it's been aggressive more than anything. I think when you're up on people and guys get careless with the basketball, you're able to get your hands on it.
As I said, he has 15 for the series. Horry had to force it. Ewing had it punched out of his hands, and a foul is called. Olajuwon pointing at Horry. And Akeem was a little concerned there. Might have received a break as Horry is called for his second. Akeem Olajuwon has 3, as does Patrick Ewing. Both clubs are over the foul limit. Here's another look at it.
Well, you see Olajuwon reach in and actually get the ball, and that's the player away from Jess Kersey, who was on the other side of the play. The man that he could see was Ori, who was surrounding Patrick Ewing there, but I don't know if Ori fouled him or not. It looked like Olajuwon got all ball.
Rockets 59 and the Knicks 54, 2:20 to go, third quarter. Back to the subject of steals, the record for an NBA Finals, 20, picked off by Isaiah Thomas of the Detroit Pistons in a 7-game series in 1988. Derek Harper has 15, and this game 6. 4-point Rocket lead. Harper all over Cassell, and he draws a foul. Harper took a shot in the face and then obviously did not hurt him that much, but he tried to give the impression that he took a hard shot from Sam Cassell, but it was Harper who was called for the foul, and Cassell had to be pulled away from Harper.
Well, Harper was putting on excellent pressure in the backcourt. Jack Madden right in front of us was watching it all the way, and I don't know, that was a kind of iffy type of call there, because as Cassell started to break away from Derek Harper, he threw out that arm, and that call could have gone the other way, but over-aggressiveness on the part of Derek Harper, but he's trying to establish something right now with the rookie Sam Cassell that he is just not going to be able to go wherever he wants to at the offensive end. Let's take a look at it from another angle as you see that right elbow catches Derek Harper right on the right jaw, and of course Derek acts like he was shot as he was really just touched on the play, but nevertheless an elbow was thrown.
Rockets with only 7 points of the last 6 minutes. They now lead by 6 as we come up on 2 minutes remaining third quarter. Chant of defense here at the Summit. Cassell is guarding Harper. Ewing trying to set a pick. Shot clock at 4. Ewing. Patrick Ewing from deep. He now has 17. And the Rocket lead is 4. The Knicks in the midst of an 11-3 run. Olajuwon off a double team. Good pass from Herrera. The Rockets 63, the Knicks 57.
Well, Patrick Ewing got up too tight on Herrera. He blew by him and found the open man, Olajuwon.
Rockets gave that shot to Oakley. And then a foul is called on Herrera, holding foul.
Well, not a lot of jumpers have been falling for Patrick Ewing, and this one a little bit out of his range, although we saw the three-pointer as Rudy Tomjanovich. Cannot believe that this thing went in with a hand in his face as well. He said, are you kidding me? We can't play him any better than that.
So Anthony Mason for the line for the first time. And Anthony Mason has had his difficulties. 0 for 4 from the field, now 0 for 1 at the line. This coming off the superb game Friday night. 17 points, 9 rebounds. That is the first point for the Knicks off the bench. Now, certainly Pat Riley has shortened the bench. We're only seeing a couple of guys come off these days.
And the ones that do, other than Mason, don't play very long.
Rocket bench has outscored the Knicks bench 19-1. Herrera won't count. Offensive foul.
Well, once again, Patrick Ewing crowding Herrera, forcing him to his left. Let's watch the off arm as he did. He shot it going across his body with the right hand and pulled down the arm of Ewing with his left arm, but pulled it down ever so slightly.
Just under 1 minute left in the third. Harper for 3. Got a piece of the glass. Mason for Oakley, and he's fouled. Beautiful setup by Anthony Mason.
Well, he just decided to drop his head and drive it hard to the goal and see what would happen. If he drew a white shirt, he knew he had Oakley underneath with that little shovel pass, as both Herrera and Olajuwon in there.
And it was foul number 4 on Hakeem Olajuwon. So Charles Oakley to the line for the first time.
Rocket substitution, 33, Otis Thorpe.
And now Otis Thorpe will replace Hakeem Olajuwon. Here's Herb Williams, who has not been seeing much action in this series. Played only 1 minute the other night. Patrick Ewing will depart. Patrick Ewing with 9 of his 17 points here in the third. The Knicks with a 13-5 run. And the Rockets now lead 63-60, 40 seconds remaining third quarter. Vernon Maxwell and Sam Cassell at the guards. Otis Thorpe, Carl Herrera, Robert Horry up front. And again, the Rockets set it up. Herrera off the ball fake. Yes. He is 6 of 6, 12 points. Rockets lead by 5, 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Down to 10 seconds. Hopper working against Cassell. 5 seconds left, third quarter. Mason. It counts. Anthony Mason with the hustle and then able to line drive it home. After 3, the Houston Rockets lead by 3.
Well, Mason, after his first line drive, he knew it was off, and he had an idea of where it was going. He chased it down, and he line drived the second one home.
So the Knicks with a 16-7 run, ending the third quarter after Houston led by as many as 12. The Knicks have owned the fourth quarter. As we head to the fourth, the Knicks have certainly had the better of play, and they have been led the last 2 games by John Starks, who has been able to turn it up, hitting 3 key 3-pointers down the stretch. John Starks is on the floor for the Knicks along with Derek Hopper, Anthony Mason, Herb Williams, Charles Oakley up front. Rockets 65, the Knicks 62. Horry with the rebound. Both Hakeem Olajuwon and Patrick Ewing getting a rest at the start of the fourth, although Hakeem has made his way to the scorer's table. He's playing with 4 fouls, Ewing with only 3. And now Patrick Ewing up off the bench, and he will check in a moment. Otis Thorpe fouled on the play, and he'll go to the line. Let's go to Ahmad Rashad.
All right, Mark, during that timeout, Pat Riley telling his team he was trying to tell them about playing that pick and roll a little bit tougher, but he also said that they had the Rockets right where they want them. The championship was out there for them to just go out and take it. Mark?
I've heard Williams call for that foul, and Otis Thorpe with only his 3rd point of the night. Rockets now lead by 4.
And Pat Riley wants his team to play that pick and roll a lot tougher. They are just not playing it very well, or they're just playing it the way they normally do. But the Rockets are so used to seeing that type of defense that they are making the little adjustments that you have to do offensively, and they're getting a lot of good offensive looks from it.
Brown wanted to travel on Mason. Shot clock at 5. Ewing from way out. Oh, what a save by Oakley. Sets up Hopper for 3. And back comes Cassell. Here's Ellie. Around Starks. Mario Ellie with his first field goal. Rockets lead by 6. And a 20-second timeout taken by the Knicks.
Well, Mario Ellie has been begging and begging for more playing time, and this is what he can do in the open floor. He can slash and drive. He's not a particularly good outside shooter, I should say middle distance shooter, and that's one of the reasons why Rudy Tomjanovich has not felt comfortable with him playing a lot of 2-guard minutes and small forward minutes because he's giving up size, but he is a tough defender, and he's a good open court player.
Mario Ellie has made it back from a fractured heel, a broken hand. That allowed Sam Cassell the playing time at the end of the regular season. Mario Ellie, a New York City product from Power Memorial High School. He was acquired from the Portland Trailblazers during the summer for a second-round draft pick.
Well, what's been key for the Rockets all season long, in particular in the playoffs up until this round, was that the Rockets get good play from at least 2 of their 4 guards. And of course, they haven't gotten that much, but they're also getting some good support tonight from Robert Horry and in particular Carl Herrera.
Minute and a half gone by, fourth quarter. Rockets by 6. 5 on the 24. Here's Starks and a foul call. Starks drawing the double team. But Ewing went down. Shake it up.
Foul is called on Houston's number 7, Carl Herrera.
And Patrick Ewing setting that screen, and Mario Ellie running right into Patrick Ewing to try to catch up with John Starks. And Patrick is shaken up on the play, still walking around gingerly as he hurt his right knee on that play.
Carl Herrera charged with a foul. His 4th. John Starks 1 for 1 at the line. John Starks has come up very big in the fourth quarter, games 4 and 5. Starks this evening 11 points in all, along with 7 assists. Starks hitting 1 of 2, and the Rockets lead 68-63. Marv Albert with Matt Gugas, Ahmad Rashad, Hannah Storm, Bob Costas from the Summit in Houston. The Knicks leading the series 3-2. Rockets try to tie it for a game 7 on Wednesday. Elijah Wan. Yes. Houston 70. New York 63.
Good defense that time by the Knicks on the pick and roll, but Elijah Wan saw the shot clock winding out, was going to drive Ewing. He backed off and he nailed the jumper.
Anthony penetrating, and the ball knocked away, knocked out of bounds. Last touched by the Rockets, but a timeout has been called.
Well, Akeem had visions of putting it on the floor and driving to the basket. Took that little peek at the shot clock. Ewing gave ground, and he has that touch from about 19 feet.
9:46 remaining in the fourth. Houston leads by 7. Red Auerbach has won 9 championships. John Kundler, the old Minneapolis Lakers, 5. Pat Riley with 4 with the Los Angeles Lakers, and Phil Jackson with the previous 3 with the Chicago Bulls. Starks rejected by Herrera. Shot clock is down to 3, down to 1. It's a 24-second violation. In recognition of that moment, Miller Genuine Draft will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund. We just saw vintage footage of Matt Gugas.
I was a high percentage shooter, Mark.
Yes.
Only layups.
I remember the little outside touch. Wait a second. 2.5 gone by in the fourth quarter. The Rockets lead by 7. Here is Ellie. Well, Mario Ellie with a couple of key buckets here in the fourth quarter. Starks unleashing. Hits the 3. John Starks, who has terrorized the Rockets in the fourth. Knocks down a 3-pointer. It's a 72-66 Houston lead. Ellie try to put the move on Starks. Herrera for Cassell, who was blocked. Good play by Anthony, goes flying into the first row. Greg Anthony with the rejection of Sam Cassell. We're down to 6 on the shot clock.
A good defensive play here by Anthony as he rushed up, made sure he did not foul Sam Cassell on that long jump shot as he got all ball after making a mistake on the shot clock once again. Not aware of it winding down, made that extra pass.
Cassell and Ewing with the box out. Rockets lead by 6. Starks on the drive. And a foul against the Rockets. Looks to be Herrera. Called for his 5th.
Well, if these last 2 possessions are any indication, John Starks wants to take matters into his own hands. Made the 3-pointer before. He made up his mind he was going to go to the basket no matter what. He didn't care who was in front of him. There's Elijah Wan knocking it loose, but John getting a break there on the foul call. You knew he made a mistake defensively on Ellie a couple of possessions ago. Kind of reached around, kind of knocked the ball loose and gave him a wide open lane drive to the basket. He wanted to make up for it.
John Starks has all 5 Knicks points in this fourth quarter. All 6 points for the Knicks. And the Knicks are within 4. 8.5 to go. Fourth quarter. Robert Horry getting set to return. Herrera bottled up, and a foul is called. It's on Starks. That's his third.
Foul is called on New York's #3, John
Oh, the Knicks doing a good job of rotating defensively out of this. John Starks really upset with this call. Keep an eye right there on that right hand as he got all ball as he rummed it right down the arm of Carl Herrera.
25, Robert Horry returns for Houston,
Now
replacing
they're saying that Carl Herrera wasn't in the act of shooting. Well, he got the play all messed up. He wasn't fouled, and he was shooting.
And Herrera will sit down, replaced by Horry. Rockets have a backcourt of Cassell and Ellie. Olajuwon, Horry, Thorpe up front. Ellie for Olajuwon, met by Smith. And a traveling violation called on Olajuwon.
And that was a good call as Akeem trying to free himself and get a little space from himself and the defender. Didn't shuffle his feet. And it was caught by referee Jess Kersey on the baseline.
Hopper and Starks in the backcourt. Starks wide open. John Starks lost his man, and he has brought the Knicks within 2. John Starks with all 8 Knicks points to start the fourth quarter. Olajuwon playing with 4 fouls. Olajuwon over Ewing. He has 26 points. Rockets 74 and the Knicks 70. In this fourth quarter, it's the Rockets 9, John Starks 8. Here's Hopper for Mason. Anthony Mason. So Mason has come on late offensively. And the Rocket lead again is only 2.
So difficult to run set offense against this kind of defense. At this time of the ball game, it's going to be pretty much you have to break a defender down, either make a play for yourself or a kick out for a jumper.
Horry is fouled. Strong move to the basket by Robert Horry. The foul called on Charles Smith.
Take a look at Patrick Ewing going to set the high pickup here as he stepped up top to keep Mario Ellie from going over. And we'll remember game 3 when Ewing moved before the pick. This time he got away with it to open up John Starks.
So John Starks with all 8 Knicks points, 6:47 remaining in the fourth. Welcome back to Houston, Texas. Again, the Knicks backcourt has outplayed the Rocket backcourt. Not as severely as they had done it the previous 5 games, but nevertheless, they've done the job. Led by John Starks, 19 points in all. And he's come up in very strong fashion in this fourth quarter. Here's Vernon Maxwell checking back in. So the Rockets have a backcourt. Now Kenny Smith comes on. They go back to the starters, Maxwell and Smith, with Olajuwon, Horry, and Thorpe out front. Horry to the line. He's 1 for 2 at the line. Rockets 75, the Knicks 72 with 6:47 remaining in the fourth.
Robert Horry has been much more conscious of driving the ball to the basket, trying to beat his man off the dribble. Until this game, however, he had taken more three-pointers than he did two-point shots.
11 points, 8 rebounds for Horry. Houston leads by 4. Mason posting up against Horry. Charles Smith lost it. Maxwell backing his way. Thorpe for Olajuwon. And Smith was out of bounds. Ended up with the ball on the baseline.
Well, after the turnover by Charles Smith as he tried to make something happen in the lane. Made a good defensive play here to try to disrupt, and he did. The pass to Olajuwon inside, but couldn't control it as he'll go to the bench. And Charles Oakley back in the ballgame. Pat Riley had seen enough of Charles Smith. Getting a little nervous.
Charles Smith sitting down with 11 points. A discussion concerning the 24-second clock now showing a full 24.
It's a new 24.
The Rockets are getting the new 24. 6:20 to go in the fourth. Now for a play by Oakley. Olajuwon with a jump hook. And Ewing took a shot in the face.
Jake O'Donnell taking a very slow walk over here as Hakeem Olajuwon clearly inadvertently but slapped Patrick Ewing right in the face. Jake took that long walk, seeing if there's somebody else may have fouled there, but it is number 5 on Olajuwon.
Hakeem has not fouled out of any of the previous 21 playoff games. He's playing here with 5. Oakley bringing the Knicks within 2. Smith handling against Derek Hopper. 5:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Maxwell won't count. Foul call before the shot attempt. A push on Starks. That's number 4 committed by John Starks.
Well, Maxwell being pressured by John Starks puts his head down trying to get into the lane, and he is ruled hit before he's in the act of shooting.
Maxwell squeezing his way in. Vernon Maxwell extends to a 78-74 Houston lead. Knicks have hit their last 4 shots. Hopper. Starks for 3. Yes. John Starks unconscious here in the fourth quarter. 11 of his 22 in the fourth.
Again, John a little upset with himself at the defensive end for getting beat by Maxwell. 1 to atone for it. He got a very tough pass outside, pass out from Anthony Mason. Lucky to get it out, and Starks was covered by 2 people.
Oakley got a piece of it. The Rocket lead is only 1. Here is Maxwell. Rebound Oakley. Starks breaking, but it's overthrown.
Rockets ball.
John Starks waiting up top, trying to give a passing lane to Mason, and did just enough as that little low bounce pass got out there. As Rudy Tomjanovich cannot believe some of the tough shots that the Knicks had made. Got to keep an eye on the Knicks releasing after long jump shots. Oakley had Starks, just overthrew him.
Remember, game number 5, Knicks took the play away completely from the Rockets in the final 5 minutes. Olajuwon gets inside and he's chopped out. He is fouled. Olajuwon will go to the line.
Well, the Rockets are spread so far away now on these pick and roll plays that it's hard for the Knicks to rotate out, and that means open spaces on the offensive boards as Olajuwon waiting on that little weak side doorstep, able to get that rebound and hack before he can make the basket.
Anthony Mason called for the foul. Friday night, Rockets missed 12 of the last 13 shots down the stretch. It certainly has been reflected as to how these games have gone at the free throw line. When the Rockets have spent the time at the line, they have won. When the Knicks have been at the line, as they were on Friday night, in particular in the fourth quarter where they hit 17 of 20, they have come away with the W. 4 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the fourth. Houston leads by 3. And they're on their feet here at the Summit. Mason. The tip was missed. And then rebounded by Olajuwon.
Oakley had great inside position, and then Olajuwon came from behind to knock it away. Oakley thought it was a goaltender.
Maxwell hit from behind. Starks on a reach-in was trying to poke the ball away, and he's called for his 5th foul. The Knicks are now over the limit.
Maxwell crossing over on John Starks as he has made up his mind to drive to the basket at every opportunity. John has been getting beat defensively with penetration, reaching in from behind to pick up number 5.
Vernon Maxwell on the line for the first time tonight. 75% free throw shooter during the season. You see the foul trouble. Olajuwon playing with the 5, as is Starks. Maxwell connecting on 1 of 2. Rockets 81, Knicks 77. Rockets trying to extend to a 7th and decisive game here on Wednesday. The Knicks hoping to wrap up their first NBA title since back in the 72-73 season. We're down to 3:40 to go in the 4th. Harper rebounded by Horry.
Terrific job that time by Robert Horry, making sure he did not let Charles Oakley get in for that offensive rebound and then able to get it himself.
Smith for 3. Yes! Kenny Smith, who has struggled right throughout, able to knock down the 3. And the Rockets lead at 84-77. The Knicks take a timeout.
Well, it must seem like a month to Kenny Smith before he had this feeling, as these are the kind of threes he has gotten all year long for this team. Caught it in rhythm, let it fly, and he is feeling good, as is Rudy Tomjanovich and the sold-out Summit.
Rockets by 7. We'll be back in a moment. For Kenny Smith, his first shining moment of the NBA Finals. Buries the 3-pointer to give the Rockets a 7-point lead, and his dad and mom able to celebrate, making the trip from the New York City area. William and Annie Smith. On Father's Day, William enjoying that shot. His son has taken much criticism right throughout this NBA Finals series. Kenny Smith grew up in Queens rooting for the New York Knicks of Walt Frazier and Earl Monroe. Rockets by 7. 3 minutes remaining in the 4th. Patrick Ewing on the back tap, handled by John Starks. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Thorpe jumping out on Starks. Oakley with the shot. Olajuwon got a piece of it, and Thorpe rebounds. Rockets would like to use some time off the clock. The 7 on the 24. Horry down to 4 on the 24. Olajuwon had to force it. Air ball, 24-second violation.
Well, they wanted to use some clock. They used all of it as Anthony Mason got right up into the chest of Olajuwon, forcing that air ball.
John Starks has scored 11 of the next 15 points in the 4th quarter. Ewing with the jump hook. Olajuwon with the rebound. Harper off the steal. Rebound Olajuwon. 2 minutes remaining in the 4th. The Knicks have missed their last 6 shots. Again, the Rockets want to use the clock. Shot clock at 5. Horry for 3. Ewing rebounds. And here comes Starks. Starks all the way. Oh, what a move by John Starks. Olajuwon did not want to pick up number 6. Rockets 84. And the Knicks 79. A minute and a half remaining in the 4th. Maxwell had it knocked away. Last touch by Maxwell. A terrific defensive play by Starks.
And Starks' drive to the basket was the first definitive move by New York. The other shots all look very tentative, and there gambles on the steal here as he goes for the ball there. And the referees ruled that on the little spin that it last hit Vernon Maxwell.
Rockets take a timeout. They have 3 and a 20 left. The Knicks with 2 remaining. Yes, the Rockets hoping that it does come down to that decisive Game 7 here at the Summit in Houston on Wednesday. As we touched on earlier, down the stretch, the Knicks have outscored the Rockets the last 5 minutes of games 1 through 5 by the margin of 65-43. The Rockets have outscored the Knicks thus far tonight 6-2, but off the turnover by virtue of that fine defensive play by John Starks against Vernon Maxwell. The Knicks get it back. They're down by 5, 1:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Starks for 3. Yes, John Starks keeping the Knicks alive. It's a 3-point Rocket lead. 1:15 remaining. John Starks has done it again in the fourth quarter. He has scored 16 points, 16 of his 20 in the fourth. Correction on the score. The scoreboard incorrect again. It's a 2-point Rocket lead, 84-82, with just under 1 minute remaining in the fourth. Out of 45 seconds. Here's Starks, stolen by Elijah, and he's fouled by Ewing. The Knicks are over the limit, so Elijah will go to the line.
John pointing to his head. He knew he made a mistake here, but he doesn't make one on this one. Coming out of the timeout, got the good screen from Ewing to free up beyond the 3-point arc, as just the way Pat Riley drew it up. However, on the next play, John Starks curling in the lane, making somewhat of a blind pass. It really called for a bounce pass, or for John just to pick up his dribble and look for that short little 8 to 10 foot jump shot. But the deflection, the steal, and the foul.
Hakeem Olajuwon extends to a 3-point Rocket lead. He's 7 for 7 from the line. Yes, John Starks reacting to that last play. 39 and 3/10 seconds remaining in the fourth. Olajuwon hitting the clutch free throw. Rockets 86 and the Knicks 82. Timeout called by New York. .39 and 3/10 seconds to go in the fourth. Houston Rockets with a 86-82 lead on the New York Knicks. And the Knicks are down to 1 full timeout remaining. Rockets 3 and a 20. The Knicks are already over the foul limit. Rockets 86 and the Knicks 82. The Knicks down by 4 despite the exploits once again of John Starks. 6 of 7 from the field here in the fourth. 16 of his 27 points have come in the fourth quarter.
But with 39 seconds to go, the Knicks are in a natural 2-for-1 situation, so they want to get a relatively quick shot up here with about 8 to 9 seconds. It doesn't have to be a 3. If it shows up, fine. But then if they score, just go back and play defense and try to get the stop.
Charles Oakley will throw in. They're not playing the ball. Harper from Mason. And he gets the quick 2. 2-point Rocket lead. 32 seconds remaining. Horry wants help. And Kenny Smith brings it across. So the Knicks will have another crack at it. Down to 10 on the 24. Now 15 in the fourth quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Down to 3. Smith forces. And Mason with the rebound. And the Knicks use their final timeout with 7 and 6/10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
Derek Harper putting his head down, getting into the lane, drawing all the defense towards him, leaving Anthony Mason wide open for that little line drive jump shot. As Kenny Smith trying to admit a shot here with the shot clock winding down, and halfway drained it.
Remember, the Rockets will still have a foul to give to upset the flow. Back in a moment as we break for station identification.
Tomjanovich has his team set. The New York Knicks are out of timeouts. It's their choice to bring the ball in wherever they want. They're going to choose the left side of the floor at mid-court. I would not be surprised to see John Starks take a three-point shot here.
For the game winner, huh? Well, the Rockets do have a foul to give. 7 and 6/10 seconds to go. Rockets lead by 2, and here is Starks. And the foul was given by Horry. So the Knicks now will inbound with 5 5/10 of a second remaining. Horry with his third foul. Now the next foul would put the Rockets over the limit.
And I would still not be surprised to see John Starks try to win it from beyond the arc.
All right, Starks. Rockets do not want to foul. Starks for 3, came up short. And Jake O'Donnell indicating the game is over, and it will go to a 7th and decisive game on Wednesday. Remember, last season, John Paxson was able to win it for the Chicago Bulls for the final shot. And John Starks tried to win it for the New York Knicks, but the Rockets win it 86-84, and the series is tied at 3.